Hello and a warm welcome. I'm Angelika Keil, the founder of the AK strategy, and would like to introduce you briefly to the 5 steps of this strategy. Do you want to solve your problems, be they conflicts, crises, illnesses, or catastrophes? And do you want to reach your aims quickly? Do you want to free yourself and be the authority in your life? With the help of the 4 steps and 1 optional additional step, you have the key in your hands. Since the beginning of the AK strategy in 2003, I have never experienced that the strategy did not work out for someone who employed it consequently. The AK strategy is simply structured, easy to learn, and can be employed universally in any field of life. Thus, with the AK strategy, you can solve all problems and reach all aims, and many times even surmount your highest dreams. And often, this can happen quickly, easily, and with joy. If something is irretrievably lost, you can't, of course, bring it back with the AK strategy. But with the AK strategy, you can learn to lead all the same a contented and fulfilled life. The basis of the AK strategy is the observation that a person who accepts everything as it is lives in such a resourceful state that from there all changes are possible. I call this unconditional acceptance, unconditional love. According to my experience, this process must start with self-love, which means awareness and self-respect, self-esteem and self-care and the like. Dear public, perhaps you now think self-love is a dangerous thing. Here I would like to tell you what I have found out. A person who loves himself unconditionally is a contented person who rests in himself, is in peace with himself and the world, and who has no need to harm other people, to run them down or to cheat. Therefore, self-esteem, self-love and self-care are so crucial. Now we come to the first step of the AK strategy. Since unconditional love is the solution to any problem, the first step of the AK strategy is to accept everything that is, was, and will be in the past, present, and future. This kind of accepting has nothing to do with fatalism and resignation, but is the basic requirement for the situation to change so that your problem can disappear. With the first step of the AK strategy, you learn to accept your problem full-heartedly and to thank it one day for the opportunity that it gives you to learn, heal, and grow. Understandably, most people have difficulties to accept full-heartedly a painful situation, as for example, a fatal medical diagnosis. But the AK strategy gives you a tool with which everybody can reach the state of acceptance within only 1 session. The second step of the AK strategy is to find out the meaning or the message of the problem. That means you learn what you can heal, learn and change in your life in order to become stronger and wiser, more competent, loving and aware. In order to discover the message of your problem, the AK strategy gives you in only 1 session the methods that allow you to find out the reasons for your problem. But even more, each method automatically initiates a process of change by the help of the subconscious. Thus, the process of change is facilitated and accelerated considerably. When you have received the message of your problem, you can decide if you want to change and start the process of changing, or if you want to continue as you have done before. If you want to change, you will go on with the third step of the AK strategy. The third step of the AK strategy is to work on the process of changing your problem. The process consists of part A and part B. Part A is the positive thinking about yourself and your capacities. Here, your inside world is at stake, which means that you start to change your thinking about yourself and your capacities concerning what you learned in the second step of the AK strategy. Your change in thinking about yourself is, according to my experience, a basic requirement for a successful, long-lasting change. Here you work with positive thinking and beliefs about yourself, your skills, and your capacities. Perhaps you know this from mental training or so-called positive thinking. If you continue to think in the same way as you did before you recognized the message, no lasting change can develop. If the message means, for instance, that it would be important for you to stand in for yourself and protect yourself, you will not be able to change and protect yourself if you continue to think you can't or aren't allowed to protect yourself. Therefore, the change of your thinking and beliefs is crucial for solving your problems. Part B of the third step of the AK strategy is to support the new thinking and the process of change with activities in the outside world, which means with various methods and strategies. Thus, your new and positive thinking can become a health and happiness stimulating habit. I prefer to work with strategies which incorporate your subconscious so that the process of change will be much easier and quicker and more joyful for you. That's the reason why I call these methods accelerators. By the way, to part B of the third step of the AK strategy also belong all other actions in the outside world, like courses and seminars, operations and medication, communication courses, yoga or sports, and so on. Step number 4 of the AK strategy is the positive thinking about what I call the not me, which means that you consider your body and its functions as well as all persons and situations involved with your problem, your material situation, the economy, and so on, in exactly the way you would like them to be. Since the power of your thoughts is very effective, please employ this only to the benefit of everyone and everything involved. Anything else would no longer be in the sense of the AK strategy, whose basis is unconditional love. Since you have started your own process of change and accepted the learning and healing chance of your problem, you have created the best preconditions so that also other people, your body, and the whole situation can change. This is the case since the outside world will reflect your inner change. Many clients have, at least in the beginning, difficulties to believe that their so-called incurable illness or unpleasant fellow will change only because they have changed themselves. Until they try. I am time and again fascinated by the successes which my clients achieve. If you want to accelerate your change in thinking about the not me, you can do this with the same methods of accelerating I mentioned just before. With these 4 steps of the AK strategy, you can solve every problem in all fields of life and reach every aim. If you are not only a pure rationalist and do not only believe in matter and physics, but if you believe in a higher wisdom, then the AK strategy can offer you step number 5. Fortunately, the AK strategy will also work out if you apply only the 4 steps mentioned. But, according to my experience, step 5 accelerates and facilitates the process of change considerably. I call this 5th step catalyst. If you do believe in a higher wisdom and force, however you might call it, you can ask this for help, support and guidance for your process of change. I observed that affirmations with which I had worked several months without success became reality within a few days when I asked the higher wisdom for support and guidance. I would like to encourage you to give it a try yourself. According to my experience, the higher wisdom always wants the best for us, is always waiting to be asked for help, and will at once get into action as soon as asked for help. Dear public, these are the 5 steps with the help of which you can solve every problem and reach every aim. It may sound unbelievable, but it is true, as the many case studies demonstrate, which I describe in my books and videos, and which sometimes sound like miracles. These kinds of miracles I can observe in my daily life and in my consultation activity. And you too can experience them, provided you employ the acute strategy and change your thinking, your limiting beliefs and your restricting emotions. Then you can improve your life and may even surpass your highest dreams. For instance, recover from a chronic disease, or find your soulmate, heal your financial situation, or solve conflicts and mobbing, find your vocation, or you can help your beloved ones with the acute strategy in an unexpected way. If you want to know whether the acute strategy can also help you to change your life to the better, please contact me without any obligation by sending an email to info@angelicakyle.ch or give me a call under the phone number 0041 81 416 3552. In case you understand German, you are invited to watch my German videos with case studies. I am glad to be allowed to inspire you on your path of inner growth, which will soon be reflected in your outside world. Much love and light, yours, Angelica.